I'm not gonna lie to you one bit. When I first put my hand on it, I was like, "Ah, did I make a mistake here?" And I'm starting to like it. And now I have no problem. My hand's fully on it. Like, this is what feels natural to me.
You know, coming from the super light, you know, very basic type mouse, what were the frustrations you were finding inside of gaming to then bring you over to the Z2? And has the Z2 almost kind of answered those frustrations for you?
You know, I think if anything, it really is the lack of like any macros. It doesn't feel like a premium product at all. Oh, to have rumble in a mouse, that's got to be heavy. That's not bad at all. Like, that's nothing, you know? I was fully expecting really heavy mouse.
Welcome to another episode of Feedback Friday. Today we're speaking with Christopher, who is a SwiftPoint Z2 user who came from a Logitech Superlight of all mice, and he's converted to the chunky SwiftPoint Z2. So fun conversation to see how he's using the Z2 with the tilt to lean, the deep click, and the haptic feedback. Hope you guys enjoy. In terms of the Z, how long have you been using it for?
Let's see. I'm pretty sure I got it last November, more or less. And it's my daily driver. It's what I use every single day.
Awesome. That's so cool.
What mouse did you come from? What were you using before that?
Before, I'm pretty sure I was using a Lightspeed or Lightspeed 2. Super light. My bad. I have it right here.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We don't get many people come from a Superlight.
No.
What do you guys usually have coming over from?
Like a G502 is the most common.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. How do you find it? Like, because it's a totally different mouse from the Superlight, right? Like, how do you find the difference?
You know, I feel like for me, I mainly use it for gaming anyways. Weight-wise, I feel like it's not super incredibly bulky. It doesn't bog me down much, which, I mean, considering the weight difference is crazy. It feels smooth.
Wow,
so
okay.
It doesn't bother me one bit coming over from that. Same thing, like wired mouse versus wireless. I feel like you guys did a really good job at giving me like between the surface on the bottom and just the weight of the mouse, despite everything that has going on it. It hasn't been an issue, not one bit.
Wow, that's so interesting to hear from someone that's coming from a super light, which is like the top of the range lightweight mouse that everyone's like, no, you need to make your mouse be exactly the same as the super light. Like, that's crazy to hear, man. That's so crazy to hear. But it's also super cool. Like, super cool.
I've got a theory on the Superlight, not the Superlight, but like light gaming mice in general.
Yeah.
And it's probably super biased because most of our customers aren't coming from a light mouse.
Yeah.
But my theory is that it's mainly just influencers hyping them up, like hyping up, like going lighter and lighter and lighter. But like, does the everyday user actually care, or like the hobby gamer, like, does it make a difference? I don't think so. That's my theory. It's just basically influencers like making these things go lighter and lighter when no one actually needs that. Like, it's not serving
At what
anyone,
point is
apart
it?
from maybe the pros.
Yeah, like at what point is it even feasible to like keep dropping the weight on it? And if at that, like, how advantageous is it? I haven't felt the difference playing, and I play like pretty competitive stuff. I mean, I play CS, I play Valorant whenever I can, and I mean, it's casual, like, no complaints from me.
Wow, wait. Okay, cool. Hey, wow, that's like, I'm shocked. Like, yeah, I'm shocked. I'm surprised because of the fact, we get so many people being like, man, if the Z2 was just lighter, it would be so much better. And I'm like,
Wow.
I understand, I get it, but I'm like, if you want a mouse like the Z2 to give you everything that it can give you, that thing is not going to be light. Like, there's no way. There's no way. So, wow, wait, okay.
Interesting.
So interesting. That is so surprising.
How are you?
Wow.
In those games, how are you using it? Have you got like specific macros or like buttons configured? Like, what's your kind of setup for that?
I swap depending on what I'm playing. For those, I don't use any specific macros. Not that I can think of, other than maybe having like just nade on what is it, 4 on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it.
Okay.
I think mostly when I do use my macros on my mouse, it's not for playing competitively. That's when I like to game and I'd like to play single player games. Like Stalker. I play Stalker Gamma, like that whole mod pack.
Yeah.
And I mean the amount of keys and like things I need to memorize that I can all dedicate to just macros,
Yeah.
and that makes it incredibly fun. Same thing with the tilt functionality. I can just completely re-put that back on keybinds and have some keys open up for me there. Tilt functionality, like I said, I absolutely love it. I use it for everything.
Nice.
It's great.
What are some examples of like what you're using specifically for tilt?
For what?
For the tilt binds, like what are some examples? Like how are you
for
using
peaking.
it? Do you like for peaking?
Okay.
Peaking all the time. I do think I catch my hand like shaking. I'm like, oh, but it adds a little bit to the tension too, especially like in a game like soccer where I'm like peeking a corner. And man, the AI in that game is killer too. So it really adds to that tension. But 100% I use it for peaking. I think I tried rebinding it for something else entirely on a different game. I tried it for reload. I don't know why in my brain I tried thinking of like when I'm playing VR games and it's like tilt to like pop
okay.
out a mag.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So I thought that'd be fun. I think I tried that for what was it? Let me see. I have it here on my desktop. Oh, I tried it for Ready or Not.
Okay.
'Cause that's another one that I love playing. I also have the tilt functionality on Ready or Not.
Yeah. Wow.
Interesting. I'm not familiar with those games. Are you when you're tilting, do you like peek and shoot as well, or are you purely just like peeking?
Oh, peek and shooting. I make sure like it was a little bit difficult for me to get into and have the. I'm a casual gamer, quite frankly. Um, but to have that functionality and put it to where it's a hold and not just like a single use function where it's just like as soon as I tilt, it just tilts and brings it right back. So to keep it at hold, it took some tinkering, but I got it there. But yeah, peeking, holding the angle, and then just bringing myself right back to keep at it.
Awesome.
And are you holding the tilt down to stay peaking, or are you just like tapping it and then you'll hold it and then you'll tap it again to like
Holding
release?
Holding it, but that's where I said I can feel that my hand gets like a little shaky. And I do think that is something where it's like I can feel it, but it's something that as I've continued playing, it's like a feeling thing that you just start to grow to understand that feeling. It's like it's the word I'm looking for. You get used to it.
Feel like a muscle memory kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's so
Awesome.
cool.
Okay.
I've been so surprised how many people are using it for that and like loving it.
Yeah.
Because it's like that's the biggest like question mark people have before they buy it. Like, is this actually going to work for tilting and peaking? And then like, yeah, it does. You got to get used to it, but like, it's pretty cool. Are you using the deep click at all?
I am, and I'm not sure that I'm getting the full use out of it. I'm using it so I can at a certain point hit that like the rumble, the vibration at the bottom. And I love it just for like some feedback so I know when I'm getting my clicks in. My brain always wanted to have like that same feeling, and I know I'm not gonna be able to get it like fully the same way. But like when you're playing on a controller and you like pull the trigger and you get like that haptic feedback. Love that. When I'm playing these single player games, you know, like story driven, I usually opt for like semi-automatic weapons. So every time I click, I get that haptic. But like, of course, I'm not going to get it on an automatic where I'm like holding it down. I'm not going to get that haptic every single time. It'd be cool. But it would be like something having to match RPM of like each individual gun and all that. But
yeah, it would be super cool. It's definitely something that we can do, but it's a huge task because it's then getting the mouse to talk to the game's X inputs, which then of course kind of replicate like the rumble motors that are in the controller. But it's a highly requested feature. It's something that we have looked into, and if we do have the time to do it, then we know that it's something that will just kind of take like the Z from here and put it all the way up to here, because we can then replicate so many different things, and people that use the Z for like a flight sim game or even like a car sim game, you can resemble kind of rumble and stuff in there as well. And so the options would be endless, but it's definitely something that we're keen to look into because it's a highly requested feature for the more so for the specific reasons that you say with like with the semi-auto guns and things like that. So yeah, watch this space is all I can say. Hopefully.
I think we'll have to prioritize it.
Oh, big time.
Because more people want to.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
It's
Put
such a
on-
fun feature that I love using all the time.
Mm,
Like I said, any game I'm using, I find myself wanting to like, even when I'm playing online games, I play Destiny.
yeah.
I'm gonna opt for the scout rifle. I'm gonna opt for the hand cannon
Yeah.
just so I can get that rumble feature.
Okay.
Love it, love it.
Okay. Noted. Yeah.
We'll get Bryce onto it.
Yeah.
You know, one of our engineers.
Yeah. Cool.
How do you find the comfort and like the
Mm.
ergonomics of the mouse?
I'm not gonna lie to you one bit. When I first put my hand on it, I was like, "Oh, did I make a mistake here?" And my hand just started to conform to it more and more, and I'm starting to like it. And now I have no problem. My hand's fully on it. Like this is what feels natural to me. But at first it had like a weird hand feel to it,
Mhm.
and now that I found myself like using the macros, finding myself like where my hand feels natural, I've
Mm.
grown to love it right there. I think it was interesting. I was planning on pairing. I don't remember what it's called. It's like the little wrist slider thing, like goes underneath the mouse.
Oh yeah,
I
the
wanted to
Delta
pair
Hub
it.
wrists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. I wanted to try one, the mouse. Haven't got around to it.
Mhm.
But yeah, at first when I got it, I was like, this is a little uncomfortable. Let me try getting something. But I completely out of mind because of the fact that I've already gotten used to it.
Cool.
And yeah, this feels natural.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
How long did it take you to adjust roughly to start feeling like, okay, now I find it comfortable?
Within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Within 2 weeks for sure. I think it was like a little bit rough at that beginning. Like I said, that first week I'm there and I'm like, oh, my index finger feels like it's going like crazy, crazy low. And now I could feel like that's just where it wants to go.
Well, in terms of the Tilton itself, are you using it purely just for gaming, or are you using it for other stuff as well? Are you doing more on like a productivity line with it as well, or are you doing more of a daily usage? Are you using it for kind of switching between tabs and like a desktop, or is that something that you could see yourself doing?
Come to think of it, I never even considered it.
Yeah.
Just off the thought, but makes me want to try.
Yeah, okay.
I know one of the functions, just because it has the rumble, is like tilting just at a slight angle.
Yeah.
I find that to just make sure like it's up and working and like everything's connected right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could totally see myself using that as like I don't know what it's supposed to be auto bind to like redo or undo.
Mhm.
But just to, like go back a page or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
I can totally see that back and forth.
Yeah, right. No, that's
But
cool.
mostly I use it for gaming.
Mm.
I keep telling my girlfriend who's in the room over here, she does video editing.
Yeah.
I keep telling her, I'm like, you need to give this a try.
It's so
And-
good for video editing. So good. Trust me. Trust me.
She refuses to like give it a try just to learn it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why? Oh, no. It's like I need to stay efficient with like what I already know my binds are and everything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, give it a month or two and it's gonna feel natural. to
Yeah.
Hit all those macros,
Yeah.
whatever you rebind.
Yeah.
I swear that girlfriends are the hardest people to convince
So
to
hard.
change something. Like my wife, like if I suggest something,
Yeah.
like it'll take me a good like year or two to like find the converter.
Hmm.
If someone else says like, "Hey, you should try this," she'll like switch like that, and I'm like, "Come on!" It's like I've been telling you this for ages.
Yeah.
I keep telling her if I just gift her one and she's forced to use it, she'll come around. I know it.
Yeah, totally. Hey, thinking back to the fact that you came from the Superlight, what were some of the frustrations that you had towards the Superlight that made you then also think to yourself, "Oh, I'm actually gonna take a risk on the Z2." All of the other stuff aside, coming from the Superlight, very basic type mouse, what were the frustrations you were finding inside of gaming to then bring you over to the Z2, and has the Z2 almost kind of answered those frustrations for you?
I think if anything, it really is the lack of like any macros. I feel like as well. Right off the bat, I always keep remembering too, whenever my girlfriend has that mouse and we're playing games and I tell her, I'm like, just rebind, have like one of them be your DPS.
Yeah.
Just to, switch it up. And she goes, wait, which one's that? And I have that memory. I'm like, you don't have it. You don't have anything. I don't
Yeah.
remember which mouse I had before. I want to say it's like the 602.
Oh
It
yeah.
had that little middle button. You just click it and it has the lights.
Yeah.
That's what I keep thinking she has.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have none of that. So I'm like, you literally have to go into the settings just to do that.
Yeah. Right. Crazy.
But just the, like a lack of all that entirely.
Yeah.
Not only that, I feel like it doesn't feel like a premium product at all. It feels like a little plasticky. It feels light, and I get it. It's like the whole point of it's supposed to be light.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, I get it's supposed to be light, but I mean the plastic in it itself doesn't feel great. Like I put my hand and I put some weight on it, I'm gonna hear it squeak on me. This, I like that no matter what I'm doing, like I feel like this is it feels like a premium product, like just outright flat. It feels great, and I feel like it aesthetically it pairs well. I like how customizable it is.
Awesome.
Nice.
So good.
Where did you first hear about it? Can you remember where you first saw it?
I think at very, very first I had seen a YouTube video. Can't recall who it was. And of course, as soon as I see a YouTube video or like the words come out of my mouth, if I said it once, it's gonna sure enough show up on my Instagram feed. And yeah, I got an ad on my Instagram feed for it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys have great advertising. I saw it. I saw like the clips of like the tilt functionality. I'm like, that's sick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw that it had the rumble functionality, my brain immediately was thinking, oh, to have rumble in a mouse, that's got to be heavy. So when I first opened it and picked it up, I'm like, that's not bad at all. Like that's nothing. I was fully expecting like really, really heavy mouse.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so cool.
Are there any improvements that you would make? So if we start on like the next version, is there any changes you would make to it to improve it?
In a perfect world, this mouse is wireless. As like, of course, everyone wants a wireless mouse, right? In a perfect world, to me, that'd be wireless. We have the full auto,
Yeah.
or like that rumble functionality,
Yeah.
right? I noticed just a handful of occasions in which I find myself going to open up the SwiftPoint, the app. I think it's like SwiftPoint X. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Because it's faster than my computer takes to boot up and then load it. So my DPS is like crazy slow before anything else. So I'm like, let me go open it, because if I let everything else load in, it'll take like a minute or two before everything catches up and I get that speed back.
Okay. Interesting.
But I know that's probably just like the load order of like everything I have. I have like Discord loading up. I'm sure I can do that on my own. I just need to figure out how.
Yeah.
But yeah, just wireless and full auto. I think I can't think of much else on my end that I would request.
Cool.
That loading thing, that sounds like, I thought that would have been saved to the mouse rather than relying on the X1 at all, Sean.
Yeah, it sounds like it's it sounds like you say, Christopher, it just sounds like how things are loading up in the background, but it is a bit strange that the Z would then load last and or take longer to load. Like the Z should almost be near enough the first thing to load, because it's like, because exactly like Corey says, because you don't have the X1 open, shouldn't really matter too much anyway. But yeah, a bit weird that would do that. So yeah, interesting.
Are you saving the profiles to your onboard memory on the map?
I do believe I have, yeah. Maybe I just haven't done that correctly, but from what I understand, I can open up right now to check. Pretty sure I do.
Interesting. Yeah, there must be. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually heard of that before. So that must be something to do with how things are loading, and then for some reason the Z is taking a little bit longer to recognize. It's probably because if you've got lots of profiles that the Z is attached to as well, then it's probably trying to recognize which one is kind of opening first, and so trying to be like, oh, which one do I need to be active for?
I do have quite a few depending on what game I'm playing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's probably the only logical thing I can think is happening, that like the processing power of the Z is taking a bit longer to kick in because it's trying to navigate which one you're wanting to go to first.
It's awesome. I think you're the first one that I've spoken to that's come from a Superlight, so
yeah,
that's a win for us.
Yeah,
we'll take it.